This FWT Live broadcast of the 2013 Formula Kart Productions Florida Winter Tour is presented exclusively by Ocala Grand Prix. Check them out online at ocalagrandprix.com. I love the look of this. Super competitive field in Senior Max. And Nick Neri on the pole leads them into the lanes, heading down to the start. And we are racing. We are racing in senior, ladies and gentlemen. And the world champion goes around the outside, and he's bringing Sam Beasley with him. Beasley into second. Man, I'm surprised we got through that without a problem. That was a very contentious start here in Senior Max, and the number one of the world champion Eastwood leads. Sam Beasley, the 314 in second, but he has big pressure from Nick Neri in the third spot. And then look at this, Tadasuke Makino, the Japanese driver right there, making his presence known as well. Bryce Choker in the fifth spot. The number one plate leads across the stripe. 1 in 23 to go for the world champion as he tries to add the Florida Winter Tour Championship to his resume. Charlie Eastwood is the first, if my information is correct, the first ever karting world champion from Ireland and the youngest ever Senior Max world champion at the Rotax Max Grand Finals. Charlie Eastwood, your leader here at the Winter Tour. Tadasuke down the inside. Makino to third. Tadasuke Makino goes by Sam Beasley. Beasley fighting back, and Beasley up the inside and will take the spot back. So Nick Neri gets by Beasley, and Tadasuke Makino now back to third. The Japanese driver will not be denied here as he makes his way through turn two. Neri reeling in the world champion, though. The 351 of Neri now on the back bumper of the world champion as they make their way through turn five. Ben Beasley trying to fight back for the Japanese, but so far about a 2-car length gap the Japanese has opened up over the American. Neri now right under the world champion's back bumper as they make their way across the stripe. Online, that's turn three, the left-hander. See Eastwood still leading, but Neri with pressure. They make their way down into the turn 5 and 6 area. We've got yellow flags flying down in turn 6. Something going on down there. Eastwood still leading, but here comes Neri up into the carousel. The 3-time United States national champion, one of only 2 drivers to ever win the Mini Max, Junior, and Senior Max national championships here in the United States. The other driver, it's Danny Formal. Formal currently running in the 5th spot, the points leader, close enough to keep it close in the points championship. This class has given us some excellent racing this year. If you want to see what is arguably one of the best races in the history of the Florida Winter Tour, go to the multimedia section at the Florida Winter Tour website. Go to the 2013 video section and watch the Sunday Senior Max Final from Palm Beach. The Sunday Senior Max Final from the 2013 Palm Beach round in Senior Max. That is one for the ages. Arguably one of the best races ever at FWT featuring these drivers. So the world champion looking comfortable out front. Nick Neri just as comfortable in second, but they are going to see pressure from the Japanese driver as Tadasuke Makino is turning laps consistent with the front runners. Actually, right there within thousandths, the gap, 0.516 from first to third. Beasley into the 37s, the only driver into the 30. No, take that back. Oliver Askew and Sam Beasley both turning 37s. I've forgotten that Oliver Askew had a starting lane violation in the pre-final. Oh, and Nick Neri looking up the inside of the world champion on the entrance to the carousel. That is a story that I had forgotten about, that the winner of the pre-final, Oliver Askew, was given a starting lane violation and the 3-second penalty and started back in the field. Let's see what 3 seconds is here at the Florida Winter Tour. Askew won, but he started 13th, so a 3-second penalty. And there goes the pass, and Neri goes to the point, and Tadasuke Makino tries to go with him. And we got a four-way battle for the lead here in seniors. Sam Beasley's there as well. The world champion looks down the inside, can't get it done, and that's going to cost him on the exit. We may see the Japanese try something in turn one. Eastwood with a slightly shallow entry hangs on to the spot. Working lap number 9 of a scheduled 24. Nick Neri now back out front. Eastwood in second, Tadasuke Makino third, and Sam Beasley right there in the 4th spot. Danny Formal slightly further back, just a few car lengths in the 5th spot. Beasley looks up the inside on the Japanese. They have a little contact into the carousel. Beasley takes the spot. Tadasuke Makino goes down and they bang wheels into one. Very aggressive move down into one, but I think that equaled Beasley's move up into the carousel. We saw a little tire smoke flying off there as they rubbed wheels going into the corner. So Tadasuke Makino, I had a conversation with his team earlier this week about the fact that he's really starting to feel comfortable in this format, and he is getting aggressive here, making sure he's going to try to stay on the box at the Florida Winter Tour. There's Danny Formal with that patented lean back. That is the strangest look coming down that straightaway. We've talked about it. Danny is a very substantially sized young man, broad shoulders, very tall, and rather than tuck down onto the steering wheel, he leans back quite dramatically going down straightaways. It's kind of a strange look, but he says it works, says it's worth a few hundred RPM, and so he does it. Little separation in the top 5 now as Nick Neri starting to throw down some very quick laps. The last time by a 37.53, now a 37.50. So Neri, in fact, the top 7 drivers putting down their fastest lap of the race on that lap. 1st through 7th putting down their fastest lap of the race on that lap. Working lap 12 of a scheduled 24. So we'll see halfway by as they come back to the stripe. Halfway down at the stripe now. Boy, Neri really pushed it in there deep into the carousel, stood the car up on its nose really dramatically. He is pushing that Tony Kart hard through the center. The gap last time by, 0.411, now 0.406. So everybody's turning laps within a few thousandths of each other at the front. But Nick Neri is just opening up gaps now, about 1.5, 2 car lengths on a regular basis, about the same distance back to the 3rd place car of Tadasuke Makino. And then about the same gap back to Sam Beasley in the 4th spot. A slightly bigger gap back to Danny Formal in 5th. Let's see. Look, here's Oliver Askew in 6th, ladies and gentlemen. So Askew, after a win in the pre-final and a 3-second starting lane violation, started in the 13th spot, and Askew has made his way up to 6th spot. And we're only working lap 15 of a scheduled 24, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eye on the number 338 of Oliver Askew, currently running in the 6th spot. You see the top 5 cars working together as they make their way down to the tree turn now. And then just slightly behind them, a car, the next car in line will be the number 338 of Oliver Askew, our winner in the pre-final. Had a starting lane violation in that race, got a 3-second penalty that moved him back to 13th at the start of this final, and now he is trying to make his way up to the top 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Nick Neri leads them up to the 2 to go here. Separation in the top. Well, just flat separation. This is approaching parade status here at the end. But, boy, what we're lacking right now, we certainly had in the first part of this one. Yep, and as my producer is pointing out, just the slightest mistake, and it is all over for anybody at this point. So it looks like a procession, but it is some very hard-working procession. Front, as they make their way to the white flag, will give you the gap as they go across. White flag for your leader, Neri. The gap back to second, .683. Then another .528 back to Makino in third. .421 between Beasley and Makino, and .746 between Beasley and Formal. 2.378 seconds from the leader to Formal, and that's a pretty substantial gap here in Senior Max. Through the tree turn for the final time on what is probably considered his home track, no question considered his home track. Nick Neri, the 351, three-time U.S. champion, Florida Winter Tour champion, and your winner in Senior Max here at Ocala, Nick Neri. Charlie Eastwood, the world champion, coming home second. Tadasuke Makino, the Japanese driver, on the box in the third spot. Sam Beasley with a solid run in fourth. Charlie Eastwood with a handshake for Nick Neri there. What a class move by the world champion. And then Danny Formal rounding out the top five. Oliver Askew from 13th to 6th, ladies and gentlemen. What a solid run for the young man of the 338. Jonathan Kotick in the 7th spot, Steven Zaghetti 8th, Jesus Rios Jr. 9th, and Luke Varley, the driver from the UK, in the 10th spot. My pleasure to talk about this one. If you saw the race, it was one for the ages, at least for the first half. Then it became a little processional, and I suggest that at least one of those guys was glad about that. But a good, solid run for all. This young man and his team have worked very hard. I'm sure they're excited to be third today. Tadasuke Makino is third today in senior. Really solid run for that young man. Speaking of solid, this one I say was a solid effort. The world champion putting himself in a good position as he makes his way toward the Florida Winter Tour Championship. It's going to be close, ladies and gentlemen. We'll find out tomorrow as the number one of Charlie Eastwood is second today. Home track. Yes, absolutely home track. Three-time U.S. national champion, right? Or is it four? Three. Only one of two drivers to win Mini Max, Junior Max, and Senior Max national championships in the United States. And your winner in a super competitive class today, Nick Neri, is your winner here in Junior. Nick's been doing a little bit of stock car racing here lately, so tell us a little bit about that. What do you think about that?
It's definitely a different aspect of racing, but it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoy it, so I hope to keep doing it.
Good, man. That's good. Now, look, a lot of championships behind you. Would you agree, probably, arguably, the most competitive field ever here?
Definitely. There's a lot of competition. You know, you have multiple world champions here at the Florida Winter Tour, and a lot of great drivers who are very accomplished as well. So it's been a lot of fun and tough.
Tough and fun. That sounds like a good race to me. Tell us who's helping you, Nick.
Ocala Grand Prix and George Ariano, my mechanic Alex Speed, Nate and Mario for doing the motors, Bell Helmets, Razor Image, and Matthias. Everybody else has been helping me all weekend, my parents and a lot of other people who I just can't really name. It take forever.
Would take forever, but it's all worth it. And congratulations, Nick. Your winner here in Ocala in round 5 of the FWT. Nick Neri is your winner. Coming home second, the world champion Charlie Eastwood. And Tadasuke Makino is third here at FWT.